In the annals of human history, few events have marked our collective psyche as deeply as World War II. Today, we delve into the heart of some of its key battles. When we think of World War II, we often picture the iconic images of soldiers on the front lines, tanks rolling across vast battlefields, and aircraft soaring through smoke-filled skies. Yet the true complexity of this global conflict goes far beyond these familiar scenes. World War II was a time of unprecedented change, a crucible in which the fate of nations was forged and heroes, both seen and unseen, rose to the occasion. This war was a global endeavor, touching every corner of the earth, from the frozen tundra of Russia to the scorching deserts of North Africa, from the vast Pacific Ocean to the quaint towns of Europe. It was a war that tested the mettle of humanity, pushing us to our limits and beyond. It was a time when ordinary men and women stepped up to do extraordinary things, often paying the ultimate price for the cause of freedom. And within this all-encompassing conflict, certain key battles stand out. Battles that turned the tide of war and shaped the world we live in today. In this journey, we'll delve into three of these pivotal confrontations: the Battle of Stalingrad, the Battle of Midway, and the Battle of Normandy. The Battle of Stalingrad, where the indomitable spirit of the Russian people clashed with the relentless German war machine. The Battle of Midway, a duel of carriers that marked a turning point in the Pacific theater. And the Battle of Normandy, where the beaches of France became the launching pad for the liberation of Europe. These battles were not only a clash of arms, but also a test of wills, a dance of strategy and tactics, and a testament to the resilience and courage of the human spirit. Each of these battles is a story in itself, a saga of bravery, sacrifice, and endurance. So buckle up as we journey back in time to the fiery crucible of World War II. Stalingrad, a name etched in blood and snow, a turning point in the war. In the heart of the Soviet Union, on the banks of the Volga River, was a city named Stalingrad. In the thick of World War II, this city became the stage for one of the most brutal battles in human history. Its strategic importance was clear. Stalingrad was a gateway to the east. The city was a hub of transportation, industry, and most importantly, a symbol of Soviet resilience. Whoever controlled Stalingrad controlled the destiny of the Eastern Front. The German forces, led by Hitler's directive, sought to seize the city. But this was no easy task. The Red Army was determined to defend their homeland, their city, at all costs. The battle raged on for 5 long months, from the heat of late summer through to the harsh, unforgiving Russian winter. The German forces, ill-prepared for the brutal cold, were trapped in a city that refused to fall. As temperatures plunged, so too did the hopes of the German high command. The Red Army, hardened by the cold of their homeland, fought with unyielding determination. The city was reduced to rubble, but the spirit of the defenders remained unbroken. Hitler's war machine, seemingly invincible until this point, met its match in the icy ruins of Stalingrad. The Battle of Stalingrad marked a significant defeat for Hitler and his forces. It was here that the tide of the war began to turn. The invincibility of the German forces was shattered, their momentum halted. The Red Army began to push back, slowly but surely regaining lost ground. The cost was high, countless lives were lost, the city was devastated. But the message was clear. The Soviet Union would not fall easily. They would fight, they would endure, they would resist. Stalingrad, a symbol of resistance, resilience, and the turning tide of a global conflict. From the frozen landscape of Stalingrad, we sail to the Pacific's azure waters, to the Battle of Midway. As we switch theaters, we find ourselves in the midst of a different kind of warfare, one that is dominated by the mighty aircraft carriers. The Battle of Midway, fought in June 1942, was a pivotal moment that would shift the balance of power in the Pacific theater. These were the leviathans of the sea, the aircraft carriers, serving as floating air bases. They were the heart and soul of both the American and Japanese fleets. Their role, to launch waves of aircraft into the sky, to wage war from above. In this battle, the carriers were not just the spearhead of the attack, but the prime targets themselves. But the Battle of Midway was not just a clash of carriers. It was also a battle of wits and code-breaking. American cryptanalysts, working tirelessly, managed to crack the Imperial Japanese Navy's code. This gave the United States a significant advantage. They knew the Japanese were planning an attack on Midway, and they prepared for it. When the battle commenced, the Americans were ready. the skies filled with aircraft, each trying to deliver a fatal blow to the enemy's carriers. The Japanese lost all 4 of their carriers, while the Americans lost just 1. The damage inflicted on the Japanese fleet was irreparable. From that point on, the Japanese were on the defensive, and the Americans had the upper hand. The Battle of Midway was a turning point. It altered the course of the war in the Pacific, shifting the balance of power towards the Allies. It demonstrated the decisive role of aircraft carriers in naval warfare and the importance of code breaking and gaining the upper hand. Midway, where the tide turned, and the vast Pacific became a chessboard of carriers and aircraft. A battle that forever changed the course of history and the face of naval warfare. A testament to the ingenuity, bravery, and determination of those who fought there. From the Pacific, we crossed to the beaches of Normandy, the stage for the largest amphibious invasion in history. As dawn broke on June 6, 1944, the serene beaches of Normandy transformed into a battleground, where an armada of over 5,000 ships and 13,000 aircraft carried the hopes of the free world. The Battle of Normandy, or D-Day as it's popularly known, was a colossal endeavor, a daring gamble taken by the Allied forces. With a force of over 150,000 troops from America, Britain, and Canada, the Allies sought to breach Hitler's Atlantic Wall, a formidable line of defense stretching from Norway to Spain. But victory was not solely dependent on manpower and machinery. The success of D-Day hinged on deception. Operation Fortitude, a brilliant ruse, convinced the Germans that the attack would come at Pas de Calais, the narrowest point between Britain and France. This diversionary tactic kept significant German forces away from Normandy, giving the Allies a fighting chance. As the troops stormed the beaches, codenamed Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword, they faced a hailstorm of gunfire, obstacles, and mines. Yet they pushed forward, inch by bloody inch, their courage and determination etched in every grain of sand. Their sacrifices were not in vain. By the end of the day, a decisive foothold was gained, a beachhead from which the Allies would launch their march towards Berlin. The Battle of Normandy marked a turning point in World War II. It was the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany, a crushing blow from which they would never recover. The liberation of Europe had begun, sparked by the bravery of those who fought on those beaches. The echoes of that fateful day still resonate along the shores of Normandy. They serve as a poignant reminder of the cost of freedom, the price paid by a generation who dared to challenge the darkness. Normandy, where the sands of time shifted, heralding the end of the Nazi regime. From the ruins of Stalingrad, the waves of Midway, to the beaches of Normandy, World War II forever changed the world. In the smoky aftermath of these key battles, we can piece together a legacy that has shaped our world today. The echoes of Stalingrad's brutal winter reverberate through the years, reminding us of the turning point where the tide of war shifted. The relentless Russian resistance against the invading German forces underlined the sheer grit and determination of humanity in the face of overwhelming odds. Then, the vast expanse of Midway, where the clash of carriers became a pivotal moment in the Pacific theater. The United States' decisive victory over the Japanese fleet turned the tide in the Pacific, demonstrating the strategic importance of naval power and the need for superior intelligence in warfare. And who could forget the beaches of Normandy? The largest seaborne invasion in history was a testament to the power of Allied unity. The success of Operation Overlord marked the beginning of the end for the Axis powers, showcasing the strength of collective action and strategic planning in overcoming formidable obstacles. But beyond the military strategies and outcomes, the legacy of World War II is etched indelibly in the human stories that emerged from these battles. The courage of soldiers, the resilience of civilians, and the sacrifices made by millions. These are the lessons that we carry forward. The power of unity, the importance of strategy, and the undeniable strength of the human spirit. As we delve into the annals of history, we're reminded of the sheer cost of war, the lives lost, the cities destroyed, the generations scarred. Yet we also see the enduring human spirit that emerges from the ashes. We see societies rebuilt, nations reborn, and a world that vowed to remember the lessons of its past. These battles, etched in the annals of history, serve as stark reminders of the cost of war and the enduring human spirit that emerges from its ashes.